How you all doing, guys? Brandon here. Welcome back to Retro Dodo, and as usual, thank you for checking out this video. It's much appreciated. If you're into retro gaming, definitely hit subscribe as we have a lot of retro gaming content coming out in the near future. Now, this is the RG280M, the handheld that we are reviewing today. And if you've been around the channel for some time, you will know this is the little brother to the RG350M, which we reviewed and classed as our favorite retro handheld as of yet, because that thing is absolutely flawless, great build quality, and this one here is its little brother. So without further ado, let's jump in, unbox it, and review the RG280M. So here is the packaging itself. As per usual with any Anbernic product, it's not really anything special. It tells you what it does and it packages it neatly. You get the specs, you get some illustration. And one thing I noticed as well, which is a bit odd, is that the colors on here are Space Gray, Gradient, Champagne Gold, and Black King Kong. Why would you call it Black King Kong and not just black? Who knows? But let's jump in and take a look at the handheld, because I think a few of you will be very interested in what this little thing has to offer. Now, you know what's going to be inside. There's going to be a cable, but here is the handheld itself. And as you can tell, we've gone for the gradient color, and this thing looks delicious. Now, we've gone for the gradient color just because it's a little bit different, and Anbernic have never done this on a handheld as of yet, and I know a load of you will like this, and it does look pretty sleek. Now, before I go anywhere, this handheld here is actually priced quite awkwardly. It's $109, which is very expensive for such a small handheld. And the RG350M, which is much bigger, comes with a bigger display and 2 analog sticks, is just 20 bucks more. So I'm not sure why you get this and not the RG350M for an extra $20. But a lot of you out there might want portability. You might not use 2 analog sticks, and this one here actually has a 2,500 milliamp battery, which gives you about 1 to 2 hours extra over the RG350M. So in terms of design-wise, you know, it's got that 2.8-inch IPS display with a resolution of 320 by 480, and that's why they call it the RG280M, because it's 2.8 inches in diameter on the screen. The D-pad's nice. The ABXY buttons are identical to the RG350M, and so are the internals. So the internals has a 1.0 GHz dual-core processor, 512 megabytes of RAM, and a 2,500 milliamp battery. So it's got a slightly smaller battery than the RG350M, if I'm correct. I might be wrong, but it does last a little bit longer. So this can play PlayStation 1 games. So let's load it up. The analog stick on these things are superb. It's almost identical to the Nintendo Switch. Works really, really well, feels comfortable, and it's perfectly placed under the D-pad, which I know a lot of you like. You got your start, select, your ABXY. One thing you will notice is this thing is thick. This is no thin handheld at all. Like it's thick. It weighs over 200 grams, so you're gonna feel this in your pocket. But the main reason you go for this is for the metal body, and that's the whole premium kind of look and feel that's coming out of China lately, and people really do like it. Now, one thing I noticed as well that a load of you like is preloaded emulators or ROMs on the handheld. Now, that is completely illegal, but Anbernic has loaded this thing up with thousands of games preloaded. So I actually haven't had to install any ROMs on this, which is very, very useful. So like any Anbernic handheld that you get, this is the menu that you will receive, and you can see how bright that little IPS display is, and the viewing angles are superb. So this display is really, really nice. You do have some large bezels on here, which some of you may not like, but in my personal opinion, you know, it's not too bad. The Anbernic logo is a lot smaller. It's silver, which is good, not orange like previously. You got 4 shoulder buttons as well, which is perfect for all of your PlayStation 1 and Game Boy Advance games. 2 USB-C ports, 1 for charging and 1 for controllers. And then you got the grip on the back. I hate all this text on the back here. I'm not a fan. I wish they got rid of that. And then you got your 2 TF card slots down here, 1 for the software and the UI, and then the other for your ROMs, which they've already preloaded. So for example, it can play NES, Game Boy Color, Genesis, WonderSwan, PlayStation 1, SNES, Game Boy Advance, you know, Mega Drive. There's a lot going on here, Neo Geo. And if I go into Game Boy Color here, down to GBC, you will see all of these are already preloaded. It's got Pokemon Gold, Silver, Yellow, Crystal, tons, Super Mario Deluxe. Like, they have loaded this thing up with loads of ROMs ready for you. It's got 66 Game Boy Color ROMs. Not bad at all. And if I come out of that by pressing, I think it's start, isn't it? You want to go into Game Boy Advance, let's say, bang, 500 Game Boy Advance ROMs preloaded on here. Pokemon Fire Red, Mario Kart, Super Mario Advance, tons of Super Mario on here, Wario, Sonic, Kirby, Dragon Ball, Donkey Kong, Crash. Bloomin' loads. And then the PlayStation, they've also installed a ton of games on here. I don't know how many, maybe let's say 30 games. It's got Tarzan, Dino Crisis, Digimon, Gran Turismo, Marvel vs. Capcom, Medal of Honor, Tomb Raider, Crash Bandicoot. This thing is absolutely jam-packed with ROMs. And a load of you keep asking us, Brandon, where can I install ROMs? I can't tell you. It's illegal to do so. And us as a business advising you where to get them and how to download them could cause us a lot of issues with Nintendo. So we can't technically tell you. But I'm just letting you know this is preloaded with ROMs for those of you that do pick it up. Now, let's just jump right in. I'm going to zoom in slightly. If I'm not already fully zoomed, I am. I'm just going to jump in with PlayStation 1 because a load of you like PlayStation 1 and it's got some good games on here. I'm going to go straight in with Crash Bandicoot 2 and we'll try out some PlayStation 1 emulation, sorry. Silky smooth frame rates, audio's good, no cracking whatsoever. Just like the RG280M, it's going to play your PlayStation 1 ROMs pretty much flawlessly. And it's quite nice to see it on such a small handheld. I'm starting to really respect Anbernic for making these high quality handhelds, especially out of China, because China like to pump out a lot of rubbish. But Anbernic are going beyond the norm. So I'm showing you PlayStation 1 first because this is what's going to really push the CPU. And as you can tell, it's running it perfectly. So other emulators will run fine, but I'll show you other emulators now. And because it's got a reset button at the bottom, you can get into all the settings by like pressing the reset button, and that will take you out back to the main menu that you can get to. But you can also go into emulator menus as well to save files. You can speed up the game, you can do cheat codes, you can change the resolution of your screen, which I'll show you now. So if we go into some Game Boy Advance ROMs here, like Pokemon Fire Red, for example, and I should have a save file on here if I turn this down and I press the start select. There we go. Sorry, you hold select, then press start. And I do have save states. So if I go down to save states here, I can load my old save state and bang, I've loaded up from the exact frame that I left it. And playing Pokemon on this little thing is absolutely stunning. You can see the colors in the screen. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And if I wanted to, hold select, press start, I can go into display settings. And if I wanted to, I can change the aspect ratio, full, whatever I want, come out of it, and it will change the aspect ratio to whatever you want, stretched, normal resolution, whatever, it can do it. And Game Boy Advance ROMs on here run flawlessly. One thing you'll notice as well is the colors is great. If I want to get out, I just go down to exit, and this will take me back out to the menu. It's basically a quicker way than pressing the reset button. If I press start, I can come back out. So that's a little look at Game Boy Advance, nothing special there in PlayStation 1. I know a lot of you do like looking at like Mega Drive and stuff, or SNES. We can have a look at some SNES stuff. Obviously already loaded with tons and tons. Let's check out Aladdin on the SNES. Comfortability wise as well, it is a small handheld. No doubt the RG280M is more comfortable, but why you'd buy the RG280M is for portability and a more compact size. And obviously to save $20 if you want to. There's a little look at Aladdin on the SNES. Flawless, absolutely stunning, no frame rate drops or screen tearing at all. Like, this handheld is good. And if you want to see more gameplay, definitely hit us up on Twitter. To get out again, you just press your menu button and you can get out to, how do you exit menu on here? Exit Pocket SNES and you're out back to the main menu. Now, would you buy this over an RG350M? For me personally, absolutely not. Pick up the RG350M. But if you want something more, you know, pocket size, maybe lasts a bit longer and you like a smaller screen, then the RG280M is a stunning handheld, and it's made out of metal, so you know it's going to feel great in your hand, and it will be able to, you know, withstand a lot of drops, and you know, it will just last long. But the problem is now that China are coming out with a lot more powerful CPUs in these handhelds, I feel like this may be outdated in the next 6 months due to other handhelds coming out with a lot more power. Now, I'm hoping Anbernic sees all of this power coming out of China and will create something very soon identical to the RG350M that can play N64 and Dreamcast games like the R2020 that we reviewed recently. But for me, this might be one to skip, basically. It is great, it feels great, plays great, it's almost near perfect, but the awkward $109 price range is just, I don't know. I don't really know why they priced it like that. If it was $80, this would be a steal, and I would advise to pick it up and highly recommend it. But the $109 is a bit, you know, is a bit too expensive in my personal opinion, especially when you can get cheaper handhelds with even more power. Admittedly, this build quality is superb, and it's something that I really, really love, and that's why I love the RG350M so much. And I understand why they made this handheld. Like, it will fit a niche. People will enjoy it. People will buy it. But for those that, you know, that know what's coming out of China fairly soon, will probably be like, you know what, I'm going to wait a few months. But without doubt, I'm very happy to say that Anbernic has done a cracking job on this, and it is a handheld that will be sitting in my collection for a long time. It's just missing, you know, that $30 off the price tag in my personal opinion. So there you have it, guys, a quick unboxing and review of the RG280M. If you'd like to see a written review, there is one on our website coming up very soon, and you can find it in the links below. And if you want to see more content about retro handhelds, hit that subscribe button, because we have a ton more coming out in the near future. As per usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.